Shalom, shalom, Israel, shalom to the 12 tribes of Yasha Allah, giving of course all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh Baha Shema Mashach Bamalak Yahweh Shah. That is all praises, honor, glorification unto the Most High God Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, Bahashiach Bamalak Yahweh Shah, the righteous. Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Yasha Allah coming back to y'all yet another video. All right. So we'll be going into what? Second Esdras chapter 13 and verse 23, right? And basically, yeah, let's just read it real quick, right? I'm going to start at verse 22, right? It says, whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind, this is an interpretation. He that shall endure the peril in that time have kept himself. They that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith toward the Almighty. So the Lord said, he that shall endure the peril in that time hath kept himself. So we have to be keeping ourselves, man. Right? Keeping ourselves what? Keeping ourselves unspotted from the world. Let's go to the book of James, chapter 1, right? It's the book of James, chapter 1, verse 27. It says, pure religion and undefiled before God and the Father is this, to visit the fatherless and widows in their affliction, and to keep himself unspotted from the world. So we have to keep ourselves unspotted from the world. See, the world is the world can damage your garments. The world can tear up your garments. It can basically dirty up your garments, if you will. You know, dirty. What do I mean by that? Meaning, these spiritual stains. If you dwell in the world too long, your garment will be spotted, right? Meaning what? Your garment will be spotted, and your garment is talking about your spirit, man, right? Keeping your spirit, your body clean from this world, because this world is dirty, it's undefiled, it's vain, and it's evil. You know, let's go to the book of Galatians, right? Galatians chapter 1 and verse 4. It says what? Who gave himself for our sins that he might deliver us from this present evil world. So we live in a present evil world. That's why Mahashiach Yahweh Shah came to deliver us from this present evil world in a spiritual manner, according to the will of God and our Father. Though we dwell in the world, you know, we're not of the world. The Lord told us that. Though we dwell in the world, we're not of the world, you know. And when Yahweh Shah comes back the second time, he's going to deliver us literally from this world, from this present evil world, and put us and establish us into the new world, which is the new heavens and the new earth, which is the new kingdom, you know, which is the kingdom established by Yahweh Bash and Yahweh Shah, right? Let's go to the book of the classic Job 9 and 24. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So this earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So if you're dwelling amongst the world, you know what I'm saying, you're being a partaker of the world, you're celebrating Christmas, you're celebrating Halloween, Thanksgiving, you know, you're being a partaker of the world. You know, you're going into damn football games on Saturdays, right? You're associating yourself with the American way, with the heathen way, right? You're making yourself a citizen of their country, like it says in the book of Luke chapter 15, right? If you do that, and you're going to be spotted by the world, you know. Let's go to the book of Luke chapter 15, right? And verse what? Let's go to Luke chapter 15 and verse 13. And not many days after the younger son, this the parable of the prodigal son, right? It says, and not many days after the younger son gathered all together and took his journey into a far country, and there wasted his substance with riotous living. So if you're being a partaker of the world, you're going to be wasting your substance, meaning your what? Your knowledge, your wisdom, your understanding, your spirit, the spirit that the Lord gave you. You're going to be wasting that. You're going to be wasting the oil, the spiritual oil that the Lord gave you, with riotous living. You know, and what is riotous living? The way that the heathen live. They live unjustly. They live like beasts. That's what the Lord said. You know, they live in an ungodly way, and that's riotous, you know, in the eyes of the Lord. And when he had spent all, there arose a mighty famine in that land, and he began to be in want. And he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into his field to feed swine. So you join yourselves to these other nations. If we join ourselves to the Babylonians, we join ourselves onto the Edomites, we join ourselves onto the Ishmaelites, the Hamites, the Moabites, the Ammonites. If we do that, you know, we're going to be spotted by the world, and we're going to have our garments defiled, you know. And it tell you that in the book of Matthew, right? It tell you that in the book of Matthew, chapter 22, right? Let's go to Matthew chapter 22, right? Verse, all right. Let's go to Matthew chapter 22 and verse 11. And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not a wedding garment. And he saith unto him, Friend, how camest thou in hither, not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless. So if we want to appear to the Most High's wedding, if we want to appear to the Most High's wedding, and we have to have a wedding garment on, and that wedding garment has to be pure white. That's what the Lord said in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 8. Let thy head lack no ointment, and let thy garments be always white, and let thy head lack no ointment. So we have to always have our garments pure and white, So going back to this in the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 13, verse 23, it says, He that shall endure the peril. What peril is this talking about? Jacob's trouble, all hell breaking loose, World War III, the famine, the pestilence. That's the peril that the Lord is speaking about. And he that shall endure the peril and that time have kept himself. Meaning you're going to have to endure. You're going to have self-discipline to a very, very high level in those days. Because it's going to be a lot of temptation. It's even called what by the Lord? Revelation 3 and verse 10. It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. That's what Jacob's trouble is called. The hour of temptation, the time of temptation, man. Right? So that's how much we would have to keep ourselves and keep ourselves unspotted from the world, keep ourselves from sin, because literally there's going to be a lot of temptation. And just like how there's a lot of temptation right now, it's literally going to be like 2, 3, or 4 times fold in those days, right? He that shall endure the peril in that time have kept himself. They that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith toward the Almighty. So we have to have works and faith toward the Almighty God. That's how we're going to be saved. Let's go to the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9. So that's why these Christians, they don't know what's going on, because they think that all you need is faith, right? But really, you need faith and works to be saved, right? This is plain. Let's go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, right? 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, and verse what? 7. And every one that shall be saved, I'm going to start at verse 6. Even so, the times also the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and signs and powerful works and then endings and effects and signs. So whenever the Most High would destroy a kingdom or would do something marvelous in the earth, he would show it before. He would show signs and effects before, Verse 7, and everyone that shall be saved, so everyone that's going to be saved out of the peril, out of the tribulation, what? And shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. You see that? That's talking about the elect. So if you're saved, literally by your faith and by your works, hey, you're going to see the Most High salvation. So that's why the Lord said in Revelation chapter 22, verse 12, it says, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. So if you Christians, you think that your works don't matter, why did the Lord say that? Why did the Lord say, I'm going to render unto every man according to his works? It didn't just say just by faith, man. Because in a sense, faith is a work, as the Lord said in the book of John. I believe the 4th chapter, man. The Lord said that faith is a work. So you Christians, you don't know what's going on. If you think it's just about faith and just believing in the Lord and not actually keeping the commandments and keeping yourself unspotted from the world, then what are you doing? What do you think? You're going on. You don't have that wisdom. You have to re-examine and actually search the scriptures. That's John 5 and 39. Search the scriptures. So we have to have that faith and those works in order to be saved. And keeping ourselves, remember, when we keep the commandments, that's a high level of discipline. Hey, how much discipline does it take, right, to keep the Sabbath every week, man? Every week, keeping the Sabbath. How much discipline is it to read every day? That takes discipline, but you're doing it. How much discipline does it take to keep the commandments? You could have an option not to. It will just be way more easier, and life will be easier for you, But you're purposely And we know it's not according to our own accord on a spiritual level, but on a carnal level, you're purposely keeping the commandments and you're holding yourself back. You know what I'm saying? You're holding yourself back. You have to fight demons daily. But guess what? All of that is not in vain, man. Because the Lord said, he that shall endure the peril hath kept himself. And that's what you're doing right now. All right? That's what we're doing right now, man. So through the spirit of the Most High God, right? Let's keep enduring, right? All praises to the Most High God. Lord willing, this is edifying. Brother Yasha Allah, Shalom.